All right, welcome to the Tomfoolery podcast. It's Adrian here with Mac. This is our first episode, so bear with us. It's going to be a little bit of a rough start, but we'll get there.
Only the best.
Only the best have practice, right?
Yeah.
Screw that.
10,000 hours, so that's what, 10,000 podcasts is what it takes for perfection. So
We got time.
yeah, one a day for the next
Foreseeable future.
and then we'll be good to go in 30 years.
About that.
Yeah.
Approximately. All right, so we watched all the new trailers, Wonder Woman and Justice League and Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man, of course.
Yeah.
And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy, because everyone's seen that one a billion times. Groot definitely going to make the movie. Hands down. Baby Groot somehow, that pent-up angry-ass tree is by far going to rule that movie.
He's the ultimate wild card. He's just going to be like, I am Groot, and do random nonsense, and then rockets.
See, but it won't be as good as the time in the part from the first one when he skewers all those guys and then just smacks them around a tunnel for about 5 minutes and looks at everybody like, hey, I did things.
Good things.
Oh, always good times. Okay, so one thing definitely I gotta ask you. Why do you think DC's on its last legs? We saw the trailer and everything. I honestly believe they finally made a good version of Aquaman. Finally, they got somebody playing him properly, and he's not going to be disrespected like he has been. He wasn't the worst Justice League character. He's just gotten the least amount of respect. So I think they're going to really pull back from this. What do you think? Come on.
I don't know. But also, it's has there ever been a live-action Aquaman more than a cameo type thing? I can't think of anything. But
honestly, I don't think anything. I think maybe in the 80s they might have had something. I can't recall 100% there.
But I'm not saying they're on their last legs. I'm just saying they're a decent step down what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done over the last 15 years or whatever. Iron Man 2 started the whole Avengers arc of superhero nonsense. And
yeah, well, definitely comic books have been kind of just bought out to be made at this point.
The thing we've seen with Batman v Superman and what was the Superman one? What was that one called?
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. They make money. Batman v Superman still made I think they still made $100 million or some shit like that. And it's just people will go see it, but there's a difference between they're going to continue to make it the movies because they keep making money. That doesn't mean they're good movies.
That is true. Okay, but Suicide Squad wasn't that bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, the Enchantress was terrible.
Okay, that was a dumb idea. That was just stupid.
The best part about that was when they're okay, we're giving everyone introductions except for this guy.
He's gonna die in 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah,
don't worry about him.
Yeah, they're just oh, don't worry about him. He's not important. So he's going to die in 2 minutes. First scene, he gets his head blown up. Okay, thanks, buddy. Thanks for trying.
Thanks for showing up to the show.
Yeah, you brought some diversity and then go get shot into the sky and blow up. And I can climb things.
Think how that probably would have solved a lot of problems. Hey, I can climb us up there. Man, thanks. That would have helped.
Yeah, but what was the Boomerang? Captain Boomerang, is that his name?
Yeah, the guy who talked him into it.
Yeah, but that guy, what's his superpower? Is it just
He's very accurate with boomerangs.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with boomerangs. I don't know. The whole Suicide Squad, that's not a good example of a good movie.
Okay, you're right. That was pretty shoddy, but it was one of the more recent ones that I could pull up. And
it was recent, but Batman v Superman, it was
Martha.
Yeah, that nonsense was the worst.
That was the stupidest idea. What happened? Was there actually a fight between them for longer than 5 minutes?
There was that. They had that. The thing was that Martha scene followed the best scene in the movie where Batman was doing Batman things where he was just, they had the 6 guys in a room and then he was just grappling around, hitting them with batarangs, doing some sweet action and just being Batman. And then they're okay, everyone's gonna be happy, let's move on. Your mom's name's Martha? My mom's name's Martha.
Martha!
We're the best friends now. Did we just become best friends? I think so.
Okay. Next Superman, Will Ferrell.
No, not that far. But anyway, the Justice League is they try to put too much in the movies. what Marvel did that was so well done was like they introduced all the characters individually, except for like Hawkeye, and Hawkeye was the only one who was really new for Avengers.
Well, Black Widow didn't get much of an introduction.
She got much, but like she didn't need much introduction. She's
no,
just,
she
like,
had that backstory with Iron Man too. Like she was like
Yeah,
a secretary for a bit there beforehand.
yeah, like she
something
was
along those
introduced, but like
lines.
Hawkeye was the only one, and then he was just like, I shoot arrows, I'm pretty good.
Well, they touch base on him in a couple of them where Agent Coulson in like the earlier ones talk about Hawkeye. Oh, what's his real name? I can't remember.
Jeremy Renner? Or are you talking?
No, not the actor. The
Oh.
like Hawkeye's character, Clint, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They talk about him. They like talk about how he's like this great sniper and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but anyway, like having him where it's in Marvel where it's like they had the main four, like Hulk had previous iterations, like what's his name? Mark Ruffalo didn't do a
no, he didn't do the
a Hulk,
first
but
two.
like
Yeah.
they didn't do a Hulk introduction in the Avengers. And then in this one they're going to be doing an Aquaman introduction and a Flash introduction for the Justice
And
League.
and Cyborg there.
And Cyborg, who is a thing.
See, like, the one thing that's kind of okay with that is because they don't need to delve so much into it. Like, the only one that I think is, like, the least known out of that would be Cyborg. And, like, from what the trailer shows is they delve a bit into it. They show how he was a football player at first and stuff. And, like, in Batman v Superman, they show how, like, he was experimented on and stuff. But, like...
In that email list?
Yeah, in that email. They put too much into that movie. Like, why couldn't it have been, like... He got an email from Wonder Woman or something. Like, why? Like, they put too much into Batman v Superman. That was my quarrel with it. Like, I don't mind the movie as a whole, but like they've put too much in there because you're sitting there and you're watching like, okay, they're gonna fight, but now Wonder Woman's part of this, but now she's stealing from Batman, so now Batman has to do this like side quest before he can finish the main story, and it's like, why? Why do you need all these things? And then like showing us the clips of them, sure, that's fine. But why couldn't they've shown us the clips of all four? Like, they didn't need Wonder Woman in there. They could have still done the standalone Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
And then just brought her in after type thing.
Yeah, I feel like what the DC universe has done is like they're trying to put so much into movies, so they're like, oh, we'll just have to make a 3-hour movie. And it's like, I don't know about...
They're playing catch-up.
Yeah, they're trying to play catch-up. That's the problem. Like, they're trying to expedite... Like, Marvel paced themselves, and then DC's trying to, like, oh, we're 10 years behind. We have to expedite the system to catch up. So, like, there's been two Avengers and Civil War. Is that what it's been?
Yeah, two
Yeah.
Avengers and Civil War.
So, like, they've had 3, like, main movies with
The groups.
The groups, where it's like, we haven't had any, and then
They're trying to throw it all in. Like, this is technically a second mini group movie because you got Batman v Superman with like the main 3 of the group, and then you got Justice League movie where it has, you know, hey, our side guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. But that's what I feel like it's gonna be. It's gonna be Batman and Wonder Woman with the appearances of the other 3. Is it 3? Cyborg.
Yes.
Yeah, Aquaman. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, okay, I'll ask this. At what point, I know, 2 hours into the movie, is Superman going to be in it? At that point?
I think it's going to be close to the end. It's going to be like that final fight type thing. Like, he's going to show up right at the end. Because, like, even in the comic books, him dying is what brings the Justice League together, right? Like, he dies, and then that's what forms the team, and then he comes back. That's, like, the whole storyline. Like, of course, I'm, like, summarizing a bit more. There's more detail in the comics itself, but...
Also, let's point out we're not big comic book people.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
true. We're not huge into comics. We know what we have been told from others,
Yes.
for the most part, or what the very little we've seen ourselves.
Yeah, I kind of see it how Wonder Woman was played in Batman v Superman, except for like that whole scene where her and Bruce Wayne are at the party or whatever, where it's just
Yeah.
going to be like they're fighting the final boss, and then bam, Superman comes in and saves the day, and it's like, oh boy, Superman, now you're the best, I love you. You're the greatest. Yeah. So it's going to be like, oh no, the bad guy, I don't even know who the bad person is in Justice League.
They actually haven't really delved into it too much. Like, from what I believe, they show how the professor that like was working on Cyborg in Batman v Superman, spoiler alert if people haven't seen it yet, but it's been 2 years, so fuck it. When you see him working on Cyborg, you see the the professor there, and it looks like the same guy that is in the trailer. It's a dark scene when you see him anyway,
okay.
so it's hard to tell. But then you see the robotics coming out of the corner, so I think he made something, or something got corrupt in his work after Cyborg, and it's taking a mind of its own.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just think it's going to be like
It's an Age of Ultron thing, except for DC's version. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, but it's going to be like, oh no, we're losing to the final boss, and then Superman comes, saves the day, everyone's happy, and then be like, now we're the greatest, even though we don't have Green Lantern, a major part of the Justice League. Ignore him. Ryan Reynolds has moved on. So have we.
Ryan Reynolds has moved on to greater and better things, because nothing will atop Deadpool of 2016. That was the best.
Was it 2016 or is it?
Yeah, it was last year, dude.
That was 2015. Oh, doesn't matter.
Maybe it was 2015. I might be off.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's not relevant. Nonetheless, best movie of that year.
Yeah.
But like with that as well, though, there's a lot of controversy around the Wonder Woman movie. Like, there's always been controversy around it to begin with, and Steve was talking to me about this the other day. And that it came down to the armpit hair thing. It was in one trailer, apparently she had armpit hair, in the next trailer she didn't, something along those lines. But feminists were complaining because I think they were complaining about having the armpit hair there or something like that. I don't know. They were just bitching and moaning about something about it. And like that's what I was trying to tell you before is Wonder Woman has had a lot of conflict in the development of making a movie about her. Because when you do a cartoon about her, it's not so bad. If you do like comic books, it doesn't look so bad. But a movie, she wears a very scantily armor set. It's not necessarily because they're trying to reveal anything. It's just how the armor set was made when she was designed. And Amazon warriors or female Amazonians or whatever the fuck you want
Aren't
to
they
call
all female?
Yeah, they are. But like, there's an actual name, I thought.
Amazonians, I thought it was.
I don't know. Nonetheless, like the idea is they don't wear much because of the fact that they're in a hot climate and stuff like that, and they're strong and all this stuff. Wonder Woman is a very strong female lead. But there's a lot of controversy. Yes, I know. I moved my hands. Leave me alone.
No, stop hitting the table.
Oh, sorry. With that being said, they bitch because she's not wearing enough. But if they put her in too much, the comic book nerds are going to complain because of the fact that they're not sticking to the material, right? It's, you're changing her too much now. It's not staying to the origins, and that's going to lose the comic book fans. So, like, they've had a lot of controversy over it. So, like, that's why I think right now Wonder Woman's getting a lot of flack over her movie.
Yeah, but, like, to that point, it's... How many... There hasn't been, like, a woman superhero that's, like, well-dressed. What, like, what's... Like, not Scarlet Witch,
Black Widow.
Black Widow is, like, in a latex suit, and it's just like,
tight leather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
apparently, like, she can barely breathe in it sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, I'm poured into this
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
I can barely move. Like, Scarlet Witch was okay, but she was pretty neutral, I guess. But, like,
They complain about the skin thing. It's the amount of revealing skin.
Like, from what I see in the trailers and everything, I think what they're doing with Wonder Woman is fine. Like, I guess, like...
Oh, no, they found the equal balance.
Like, they're not doing, like, the not generic, but, like, the main comic book vision of her, where it's, like...
No, they stayed close enough to it, but, like, moved away from it enough where it's still, like, when you see her, you're like, that's like, Wonder Woman. That's an Amazon outfit, right? Like, you're not going to complain about it. It's not super revealing, but it still sticks to the similar idea of what she was wearing, right?
Yeah.
Because she still's got her like
gauntlets.
Yeah, her gauntlets on her arms. She still got her fucking Wonder Woman headband. So you still got that. I'm glad to see they brought in the whip. So you only see it in the trailers, so I'm assuming it's a CGI.
Well, she also had it in Batman v Superman. She had their whip there.
Did she? I can't recall. I only saw it.
Or her lasso of truth.
Her lasso of truth, right?
Yes. Of course.
Hey, I didn't see. What the hell was his name?
I don't know.
What was the enemy in Batman v Superman?
Lex Luthor?
No, not Lex Luthor. The guy he makes.
I don't remember.
Because he turns Zod into what's it called? I can't remember. But like he gets hit with the lasso of truth. I don't see him spitting out truth. Just like it was me. I rigged the elections. I'm sorry.
I don't even know how to lasso. Does it actually make people say the truth?
Apparently, I think there was something in when I was a kid. I think I remember it in like the shows as a kid where she would like lasso somebody and then like start spitting the truth about something. Like it would give away their plan or their plot.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is what my plan is, and then she'd foil them because she's like, I know your plan.
I know everything. I know all things.
Yeah. Okay. So like, All right, so hands down, Marvel runs movies.
To
Would
this
you
point,
agree?
like, other than the Nolan movies, I have not enjoyed a single DC movie.
Okay, so with that being said, how do you feel about the reboots of Spider-Man? Because like this is our third Spider-Man now
Yeah,
in what I'd say 10 years.
I think the original Spider-Man was 2000.
Yeah, 2000,
Maybe-
2001-ish.
Yeah, right around there, maybe 99.
So okay, so we'll say within the last 16 years.
In 20 years, it's been
Yeah.
the third iteration of Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's like the first. Tobey Maguire did 3, and then Andrew Garfield did 2.
Well, he was supposed to do 3, but
But like he only did 2. But like
Yeah,
still,
that's
like that's
falling out.
it's the 6th Spider-Man movie in 20 years with 3 different Spider-Mans.
Yeah. What do you feel like other than the fact that of course they're just getting younger and younger because like even Aunt May is getting younger and younger at this point it's going to be like a toddler like baby Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about him as Spider-Man? Like because we've seen them all. Like you saw the Tobey Maguire.
What's his name? The new Spider-Man? Is
I
it
haven't-
Holland something?
Yeah, some Holland. I think.
I don't know.
I don't recall. Sorry to him if he hears this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Won't he feel foolish?
Yeah, we know the other two, but him,
No.
you haven't had a standalone movie. We don't recognize you yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Andrew Garfield. How do you think he did compared to Tobey Maguire first?
I definitely think he did a better Spider-Man than what's his name? Tobey Maguire did. He was more
Said it.
Yeah, but like Tobey Maguire might have been a better Peter Parker. I felt like
Okay.
Andrew Garfield did a better Spider-Man where he was doing like his little quips when
Yeah, he was
like
being a wisecrack.
wise ass and just doing whatever. Where like Tobey Maguire was just all like, "Huzzah! I did it! Yay!" And then
Okay, yeah, I guess.
yeah, kind of in that regard. I don't know, the first like the original Spider-Man series like 1 and 2 were really good. Like 2 is probably the best one.
The second one was
Doc Ock.
Doc Ock. Yeah, okay, yeah. The first two weren't bad. The third one I know was just awful.
Yeah, the third one was trash.
Like I'm happy they tried bringing Venom in. Don't get me wrong, but you know
they
what?
just
Like
played-
the standalone Venom movie that's coming out apparently next year, from what I hear.
Next
is
year?
rumored. Yeah, it's rumored for 2018 from what I've read so far.
Oh, okay.
So with that being said, like apparently that's a thing, and like there's a lot of people trying to say that the new Life movie that came out is what the hell is it called? The Phantom prequel, where it's like it doesn't necessarily state that it's the prequel,
Like
to
a
it.
Prometheus type thing with
Yeah.
Alien?
Well, okay, that one was a bit more like obvious because at the end of it, you see the xenomorph come out of the guy's chest.
I don't really. That wouldn't make.
That's
seems like a weird-
apparently the idea because like then it crash lands on Earth, right? But like and then he gets away because it's the symbiote itself is
Yeah.
what they're saying is came
Yeah.
in life because the symbiote gets tested on. Oh, excuse me. Tested on and split up and everything like that. So then it becomes Carnage and all these other variations. So like the idea is it's a Phantom prequel, but I don't know 100%
Yeah.
about that. No, it has been confirmed, but I am looking forward to Venom if it
Yeah.
does actually come out.
Yeah, but like they were like that original Tobey Maguire series. Like 1 and 2 were pretty good. I liked Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin.
Oh,
Peter!
Okay, he was the best Green Goblin. God.
Wow.
Actually, I don't think they've had another one. But like
James Franco as Green
had-
Goblin and
Yeah, no, that we don't discuss
what
that.
was I don't even know the name of the other guy who was like the James Franco's character in the new with Andrew Garfield there. The guy he's in the one Chronicle. He's in there. He's the guy who gets the powers, and then everyone's like,
Oh,
"Ah."
yes. I know who you're talking about, but I can't pick the name.
Yeah, I have no idea what his name
Yeah,
is.
neither do I.
Yeah, but like the Andrew Garfield ones, like it was. I didn't mind Andrew Garfield. Like just the stories weren't good. Like who was he fighting? He fought Jamie Foxx as Electro. Was that 1 or 2?
That was 2. That one was rough. Like
Oh, and then he fought
the first one was Lizard Man.
Lizard Man. Yeah,
Which actually that one I didn't mind. Lizard Man, like
Is that his
he
name?
looked a little weird. Yes, it is. It was like Professor something and got turned into Lizard Man.
yeah, like that one. I think I've only seen that one once, but like I think the Electro one I've seen once or twice. But like
I just didn't like how they made the Lizard Man look. He looked a lot like Godzilla with like a nose problem.
yeah, I probably saw it like in theaters or when it just came out.
Yeah, like that was it. Like I only saw it like the once too, and then I've seen the Electro one. I think I've seen it twice.
Yeah, I think I'd seen it twice.
But like I don't know. I think that I would have preferred if they stuck to the comic book look. I I like the green suit with the yellow lightning bolts everywhere. It's really ridiculous.
Oh, for Electro? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous, but I think it would have looked nice. It would have looked pretty cool. Like, I do like their different spin on it. Like, I do like how they're bringing in these characters and revamping them a little so they can make them more modern.
Yeah, like, I think they're trying to keep it more realistic to some degree, where it's like...
Yes.
Like, yeah, like, they're trying to do, like, technology where it's, like, even Vulture in the trailer where it's, like, he's pretty much like Black Falcon kind of thing, where it's just like...
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, I've just got this huge-ass suit that with wings and shit.
Well, that's basically what Vulture was. He had like a whole upper body suit that did wings and stuff like that. The really cool thing I like is it looks like he has some of Tony Stark's programming and stuff into it. Because if you notice in one scene, he's kind of just standing there and the wings kind of hover and like lock into the back, like onto his back.
Yeah, like they have it where he pretty much just walks into the suit and then it goes around him kind of
thing. Like Iron Man does when he like just steps in or out or whatever, right? So, okay, well, with that, how do you think the new guy's doing so far? Like, we've only seen him a little bit in Civil War playing Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, his 10 minutes in Civil War, like, he was one of the best little characters there. Like, he was better than, like, Ant-Man and all the other guys that were in there for...
Yeah, he sold his role. Like, he earned his spot, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like, he was comical, like he needed to be. He was also genuine, like he was. He acted his age. He acted the character.
Yeah, like when he was like starstruck that Tony Stark was in his house or whatever.
Yeah, or well, he was kind of more dumbfounded at first. He was like,
but then he's like, "You're Tony Stark." Cool.
Yeah, and then like even with Captain America too, he did the same thing. Like after he took the shield, he was like, "Hey Cap," you know, like
he's like, "You can have this back" or whatever.
Yeah, he was like kind of being nice about things, right? Well, he didn't give it back to him. Ant-Man was on the shield and kicked him in the face, took it, and gave it back.
Okay, oh, sorry, I don't want to
Come on, I've only seen the movie like once, but like it's kind of stuck in my head. I don't know. Like some scenes are, the cool ones are the cool ones. Let's be fair. Like that airport fight scene was one of the best scenes.
Well, that was pretty.
So do you think this kid will pull it off? Like it's now Marvel doing the movie. It's not Sony anymore, right?
Yeah,
like Sony and Marvel are like they paired up, they teamed up so that Marvel can do it.
Was Fox the Tobey Maguire version, and then it goes to Sony?
I think it was Fox and then Sony, and then now it's Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think Marvel's had some like lower movies, but like. They haven't had, like, a bad movie.
No, Marvel hasn't had a bad movie in a long time.
Yeah. But it's like, I trust that they know what they're doing, because they've shown that they do know what they're doing.
Well, they've made a lot of good movies, definitely, yes.
Yeah, it's like, and it's not like we're...
It's not like we're not going to drop our money for it anyway.
Yeah,
okay, so, like, Fox has, like, the X-Men series. They have Fantastic Four as well, which is why, you know, we have shitty Fantastic Four movies that have been released. Do you think that Marvel should try getting the rights back to them? Like, I know this is a long shot anyways, but, like, do you think that X-Men and Fantastic Four and everything, if Marvel took them back and tried making something of them, do you think they would do an improvement on that?
I feel like Fantastic Four at this point with... Did they make 2 of the original series?
Yes, with
Chris Evans and...
Yes.
What's the thing?
Jessica Alba.
No, the thing.
Oh, the dude.
Michael Chiklis.
That's it.
Yeah. Like, I think I've seen the first one of that one. And then
the second one was Silver Surfer, that's why.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But, like, no one sees highly of either of the series, like the one with Michael B. Jordan and...
Yeah, the new one that just came out. Well, the new one that came out was really dumb. Like, I watched that once, and I was watching this going, this is just rough, man. Like, this is a stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, like, weren't they in, like, a lab for, like, 90% of the movie or something?
Yeah, 90% of it was them making the machine that teleports them to a new place.
And then it's like
some alien
and then
place.
The last 10% is like, oh, we've got powers now. I can...
Yeah, we're Spider-Man now.
Yeah. Thwip.
Yeah, no, that was basically, the guy who became, what's his
Dr. Doom?
Dr. Doom, yeah, like, it was all just bad and stupid. It was bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm glad they tried again, but they really fucked the dog on it. They really did.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got our big cinematic universe there. Everyone's trying their own hand at things. Now let's bring it down to the TVs there. So we got Marvel, which has Netflix and has their stream of runs.
They've also got their Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? That is on TV too. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that.
I think I watched like one episode.
I watched like the first 3 or 4. Like it was rough. They tried keeping up with it. Like they tried bringing the cinematic universe to TV with that, and it for me it hasn't caught. Like I didn't.
Did Marvel make the original Ghost Rider movie?
I don't believe so.
Because I've been like that's an example that could have been a bad movie. But Nick Cage is in it, so how bad could it really be?
Very, actually.
No. He raises the bar on everything.
Yeah, he raises the bar. You know, he doesn't just make it awful. He makes it shit awful, you know?
Yeah, have you seen Sorcerer's Apprentice? Great.
That's not a good example. That's a bad example. Such a bad movie. It's almost as bad as The Bees, man. The Bees.
Not The Bees.
The only reason Wicker Man even gets a standing above it is because when he's in that bear suit, he runs up and knocks that bitch out.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. All I know is not
No.
The Bees.
Oh, I gotta show you this after then. It's, what's his name? He's on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Whatever, he does, like, he rates a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
He like, reviews movies and stuff, and he does one about The Wicker Man. And he's doing this review, and it's little catchphrases for when he runs up and punches this chick.
Yeah.
And because he's in this bear costume, 90% of them are bear references, right? So he's like, the Berenstein Bears send their regards. He punches her in the face. Or he's like, can't get enough of that, shut the fuck up. And he just knocks her out. Oh, it's great. Best thing ever. Oh, God, I'll show you after. It was a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
look it up.
Oh, yeah, definitely look it up.
Wicker Man.
Wicker Man review.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyways, but yeah.
Anyway, like, I think the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I like the way they did Ghost Rider. He looked neat. Like I definitely haven't seen it, but
Yes, well, they brought Ghost Rider to the TV series.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh yeah. They got I think they put like a skeleton-looking helmet on him. Like I've only ever seen the picture of him. I haven't seen the episode of it, but I do want to see it.
I think I've seen like clips of it, but
Yeah, he looked like they might have pulled it off pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like they tried a lot of CGI for the movies.
yeah,
So
look into my eyes.
yeah, look into my eyes. The what's it called? Something stare, penance stare. I think it was.
Sure.
He stares into your soul, makes you relive your sins. I'm sure like that. But, okay, so, like, DC's got CW, they've got their Flash, or as it's known by the most fans, the Arrowverse, because Arrow started it all, right? So, like, Kevin Smith brought back the Green Arrow comic book, right? He did some writing for them and stuff. So then, shortly after that, from what I've read and stuff, shortly after that, the show comes out. So from there they got Arrow, which started, it had 2 seasons or something like that. Come at the end of the second seasons when the Flash comes in, right? Barry Allen shows up. So now they got the Flash going. From there, from the Flash stems off DC Legends of Tomorrow, which is a good show. They bring it's kind of like it's their own version of Guardians of the Galaxy, more or less, except for more of space and time travel. Okay. So they got like White Canary, they got Firestorm, they got Atom, they got a bunch of like B-list superheroes that like have had their like little shtick in Arrow, or they've had their shtick in Flash, wherever they've appeared, and then they're all on this team going through time protecting it. And after that, they've brought in Supergirl Now, with these shows, I must say, because I watch them, you haven't, so I'm going to try selling you on these shows. Okay?
Sell me.
I will try.
Paint me a word picture.
Paint you a word picture?
Yeah.
All right. I'll use my lovely canvassy breath or voice there. That's the fucking word.
There you go.
Anyways, so Arrow, good. A big issue with him is he relates a lot to Batman, because when he starts out he's rich, and like when he leaves for a bit, like he gets stranded on an island for a bit, comes back as the Green Arrow, right? He starts hiding out and taking people out at night. He's a vigilante, right? He's shooting people with arrows. That's what he does. He's the Dark Knight but green. It's the whole thing. So he's cool, and his parents are rich, so like he's buying his arrows, he's buying his bow, like he's buying all the shit he needs. And that like really sucked for me, because that was the one thing that was pushing me away. It's like, man, he's like fucking Batman with arrows. But the best part is they took away his money. Like in the comic books, he loses it too. He loses his money. It was the way to make them different. Yeah. Right? Because it was such similarity. And I think that's so cool, because he still keeps
both
going
DC,
on.
eh? So
yes.
It's not even Marvel's equivalent kind of thing.
No, Marvel's equivalent is Hawkeye.
Green Arrow, but I'm saying like it's not even Marvel making equivalent to Batman.
No.
Yeah, they're both DC.
No, that was Iron Man. Iron Man.
But they're pretty different.
Well, Batman bought a suit. Iron Man made a suit with money.
They're both rich superheroes, and then about that, then they branch off, I would think.
A bit, sure.
Well,
I'll give you the leeway.
The Dark Knight, the Greatest Detective, and Iron Man are pretty like. Iron Man's like, I'm gonna just be a badass. I'm Iron Man. I'm Tony Stark. Shut up. I'm gonna beat you anyway. And then
here's my address.
Yeah, here's my address. Come at me, bro. And then Batman's like, no one knows who Batman is.
I need to protect my identity. I need to protect my loved ones.
Yeah, exactly. Alfred, come help me.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Alfred. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, you got Arrow that does that. Like, and I find it's a good show. Like, it had its dull seasons. Don't get me wrong. There's like
how many seasons are there? Like 4 or 5?
I think they're on the 5th right now. 5th or 6th, something like that.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Like, cause yeah, I think it's the 5th because we got Arrow or we got the Flash, which is at 3 now. We're on season 3.
Oh, okay.
Arrow's good. Like, its 3rd season is where it kind of dropped down a bit, but like it comes back. And like Deathstroke was well played. I do enjoy the actor for him. He also played in Spartacus. If you watched it,
Didn't like Spartacus.
I like Spartacus. Spartacus was good, dude. All it was blood, sex, and tits, man. How can you have an issue with that?
The story was trash.
It's about Spartacus. They stretched it out like 4 seasons. Of course.
I watched like the first season and I was just like,
the first season was pretty sweet. Like I enjoyed it because like it's like the starting of. That's him becoming the gladiator he was. That's him becoming the way he was, right?
Yeah.
That was him. Like that was his origin story in a sense. Season 1's his origin story. You have to get past the origin story. We've seen Batman's origin story how many fucking times? Every time they make a movie about him, they show us again.
I didn't know anything about Spartacus. The first time I saw the origin story, it was terrible. I was like, this is boring.
I'm Spartacus.
No, you're not. Shut up. I'm the bringer of rain. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah. I'm the bringer of rain. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a good show. Anyway, so Flash is not bad. It's kind of like this last season's been kind of a soap opera. Like, I don't want to spoil too much, but like you're probably not gonna watch it.
Like the CW, it seems more like soap opera-y. Not like more like teen drama. Like I think
it's dark drama.
I think of One Tree Hill being the CW.
Oh, that's fair. But
and then everything is just iterations of that show.
I never watched it, so I wouldn't.
Like I've watched sections, like, and it's just like it's like Dawson's Creek and like all those like.
Dawson's Creek was the best. My mother made me watch that show.
Yeah, it's all like that teen drama. It's just, and then like I watched a bit of The 100. It has its versions of that, and it's okay. And then what else? Like there's some other shows. There's something else I watch on there.
Riverdale, get on it.
No, I haven't watched that.
You gotta watch it. It's like dark murder mystery, Archie and Jughead. That's all it is.
Yeah, and then Dylan Sprouse is Jughead.
Hey, that's
what Cole Sprouse, one of the Sprouses.
Yeah, Zach or Cody, whichever one carried the show.
Yeah.
Oh man, actually, that's funny. I read a tweet exchange between the two because Facebook.
The brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because Facebook, I find random articles. So it was one between the two of them, and it was a picture of an episode where Cody dresses up as a girl. I think it is. What is it, like Shaniqua or some shit like that? Some really ridiculous name. Maybe it was like Brandy. It might be like
Doesn't matter.
So showed a picture of that, and it said, I can't remember which one were you, Zach or Cody, something like that. And it was like the brothers sending it to each other.
Yeah.
And the response was, I couldn't remember with all that weight on my back carrying the show. Something along those lines. And it was just like, so hard. But like they do that stuff all the time. Like I see like little clips like that all the time. Like,
I was like there was one interaction where someone like tweeted at one of them. They're like, oh, I have the Sweet Life of Zack of Cody game on my Game Boy Advance. You gotta help me with the 5th level. It's impossible. And then the guy responds, the only way to beat that game is you throw it straight in the garbage or something like that. I'm like, yes, he knows what's up.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of funny things like that. Like what was it? There was another one I read where it was my like when we were kids, my grandma used to have to put a leash on one of them or whatever. It's like because he would always try running away, and then the response was, "What can I say? Fetishes start early."
Yeah. What was those? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the brothers. Oh, it was great.
Yeah. This isn't the Sprouse cast, okay?
Yeah,
move on from there.
Yes, we can move on from there. That was just interesting info. So, anyways, Riverdale's a good show. Like I watched it. The episode 9 was I watched it last night on my box.
Yeah.
Because I think CW has it on Thursdays, Netflix gets it Fridays.
Okay.
That's where it is. Anyways, 9th episode last night.
Is
and
it
it's
10 episode season kind of thing, or?
I think so. Like, I don't know. Because it's CW, it might be like 16, but because it also hits Netflix like the day after,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a Netflix show that just happens to be on CW because like...
I get the CW show that goes on Netflix. Like, The 100 does the same thing.
Well, no, it's because The 100 originally started out on Netflix.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
But like, this
the
is the
first
first-
2 seasons were on Netflix.
And not on CW?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, as far as to my knowledge, no.
Wow.
Because like they would release it weekly on there, from what I know. Like I don't think Scream is, and I think Scream's a Netflix original as well.
Oh, okay.
Which is like that remake of the movies, but into a TV series.
Oh, okay.
Me and Peter watch it. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Actually, well, you're not a huge horror fan anyway, so you might not like it too much. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, it's Supergirl's also on Netflix, and that's on a CW show.
Yeah,
just like the correlation.
Is that the second season? Are they in that? Or is there still the first?
Second season of Supergirl. Yeah, second season of Supergirl. And you know what? I gotta admit, I was very skeptical at first. I really like because I hate the Superman story. Like I hate Superman.
No one likes the invincible person.
Well, exactly, right? Like, hey, you're allergic to a rock. Like that's it. Here's a moss-covered rock. Die. Haha. Like.
Yeah. If we don't have this moss-covered rock in my pocket, I have no way to defeat you.
Yes, and like even that. Like,
Pocket sand.
Like look at the movie. He was holding the spear and plunged it into the enemy at the end of Batman v Superman. Like he should have like hit the deck like 20 feet sooner. Like power's draining.
Well, like when Batman had the Krypton gas, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's just
Kryptonite
coughing
gas.
on it. Yeah. So I'm very skeptical about it, but like it actually turned around. And honestly, I gotta admit, Martian Manhunter makes the show. Like he really
Supergirl?
Oh yeah, he like brings it together. And like I like that because it's not just the Supergirl show. They bring in other people. Guardian's in it now, who is kind of like just how can I?
I think they're trying. All right, like I think Agents of Shield is similar, where they're just like they bring in random characters for like 3 episode kind of things. Where it's like this is the like what's his name? Nick Cage. Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Nick Cage. That's our correlation now. Anytime we need to know about Ghost Rider, we just reference Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. Yeah. So like they bring Ghost Rider for 5 episodes or whatever it was. Like I think it was like not even half a season. But then it's just like they just keep bringing different known commodities.
Well, like Supergirl doesn't do it like that much, but I get what you're getting at there. Yeah, like that makes sense because Agents of the Shield, they're going to do that. You're going to run into them, but like they don't bring any of the main cast because you know what?
Yeah, this is the C team.
Yeah, this is the C team. Who's going to bring in Thor? Thor's not going to walk around with his hammer. Hell no. He doesn't give a shit about what's going on. Yeah, he's an Asgard dealing with his problems.
Yeah, he's got.
Actually, I am excited for Ragnarok to come out. That does look pretty good. And like think about it, he doesn't have Mjolnir at the beginning of the movie.
Does he not?
No, because he's trapped on technically he's on a separate planet. He's in prison.
Yeah.
And he's fighting in a gladiator style arena. So he doesn't have his armor, his hair's cut and everything. He doesn't have his sexy long flowing locks. He no longer has the long flowing locks.
What's the point of watching?
I know, right?
Yeah,
you just got to see that in the wind, just blowing nicely, right?
Did you see that thing where Chris Hemsworth did where it was talking about where Thor was during Civil War?
Oh yeah, and then he's like in some guy's like apartment, and he's like, "This is worth billions, trillions, gazillions of dollars here. Here, just have more." And he's just dropping a bunch of loot.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Oh god, so good.
They did some good job there.
Oh, they did. That was comical.
Yeah, and then like the Netflix show is like I watched Jessica Jones and.
Okay, let's be honest. Who the fuck is Jessica Jones? Did you know about Jessica Jones before they put that out?
But I didn't know about Guardians of the Galaxy before they put that out.
True.
Like, they don't need a known commodity to be put on a good show.
No, that's true.
But, like, Daredevil, like, I watched the season. The first season was good. The second season showed promise, and then Elektra came and screwed everything up and made everything...
They were lackluster after that.
Lackluster. Sticks. Yeah. And then, did you watch Luke Cage?
Yes, I did.
And Iron Fist?
Yes, I have.
I haven't watched those two.
Luke Cage wasn't bad. It had its like lull moment. Like right around the end of the season, it kind of like hit a spot where I kind of struggled watching it for a bit. I just felt like the story was taking a while to progress.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like one of those. Oh, I really don't want to watch the next episode.
It's
just
like him
filler.
before Jessica, or he shows up in Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it's before then.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, it was like where he gets like his impenetrable skin.
Yeah, it explains how he did and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think the ending scene, he's in prison, if I'm not mistaken.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Put that back 5 seconds. Mark.
Yeah, exactly. So, we got we got Iron Fist there, which was very lackluster. Like, I really feel like they should have done more of an origin on him. They should have done like what happened during more. They kind of do it in like a flashback style series, but like
like I think that only works for people who Like, I know nothing about Iron Fist. And, like, he's the guy.
we know he knows karate, like kung fu.
Yeah,
I know kung fu.
I know kung fu. Yeah,
Keanu Reeves, man.
yeah, exactly. But like if you were to like what they did in which Batman was it Batman v Superman where they just showed the one scene where like the pearls and what's her name from Walking Dead was the mom.
Yeah, Negan and
Negan and I forgot it was Negan too.
Yeah, it was Negan and what's her name?
Maggie,
yeah.
Or the parents.
Yeah, that was Batman v Superman. They had the little 5-minute here's his origin story again for those who don't know it.
Yeah, it's like I don't even think it was 5 minutes. Like it was like a couple minutes where it's just like
it was
she gets shot, pearls go flying. There's a kid crying. Batman.
The name Martha said.
Yeah. And then Jeremy Irons is Alfred, even though he's like 10 years older than Ben Affleck.
10 years older? That's it?
He's not that much older.
He looks pretty ancient, man.
Jeremy Irons? He's in like... He'd probably be in his 50s. But like...
No, I'm saying he looks old, though, like in the movie.
No.
In that trailer for Justice League, he looks pretty old.
In Batman v Superman, he was not... Bruce Wayne had gray in his hair. Like Ben Affleck had gray in his hair, and then what's his name looked like? So he looked like he was like 40-ish, and then Jeremy Irons looked like he was in his 50s. And it's like he's your butler when you were an infant. You're not gonna have a 15-year-old be a butler to a.
Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Child labor laws, man. Child labor laws.
They're cheaper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could just buy the government. Who cares?
Yeah, no problem about that.
Well, I'm gonna buy Arkham. I'm doing it.
Buy it now.
Oh.
Yeah, buy cheap. Yeah, it wasn't I haven't watched too many of those. And then I watched Legion recently. It was very good. I enjoyed it. Like, it was...
That's that X-Men spinoff, right? In a sense?
It's like, there's mutants in it. And, like, it's not like they're, like... They don't say, like, the names of any... Like, they pretty much don't talk about any mutants other than the ones that are in the show, and none of them are, like... None of them are...
ones.
Or, like, even named ones. Like, they're just, like... Oh, this person's name's Johnny. And
here's Frankie Joe. He can, like...
Yeah, like, it's not like... They don't give each other, like, X-Men style names, where it's, like, they're not called, like... That. Or, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a name. But, like...
With all the X-Men we know, his name's not...
I was trying to think of, like a Psylocke type thing, or, like...
Cyclops?
No, Psylocke is the... Olivia Munn, I think, was her character.
Oh, yeah, that character.
Yeah, Psylocke.
No, Cyclops is one, too.
Yeah, Cyclops is one, too. But, like, they don't have... Like, they just, like... This is this person, and this is that person. Like, it's... They're in the same universe. Like, the character is... he is Professor X's son in the comics. They did not address that at all. Like, he has similar powers to him.
But not exactly.
But, like, it's like he can, like, manipulate stuff with his mind, and he's... telekinesis and all that fun stuff, and it's like, and then the thing is,
how does Professor X have a kid, man? Isn't he like paralyzed from the waist down? Like, I'm sorry to turn this into a sex conversation, but like, how does that flow?
I think it was before that part.
Before that time, like, well, in that case, like, how old's the kid in the show? When's the show stay? Like,
it doesn't really say when it is. It's like it could be older, like it could be, but like anyway, it's like. It does a good job where it's like he thinks he's just like schizophrenic his whole life because he hears voices and all this other shit.
So a lot like Professor X, where he thought he was going crazy.
Yeah, but like he's in a mental institution and like he...
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like he...
Oh, that's really got to be fucked up then.
Yeah, and
he's hearing voices of other people's voices in their heads.
Yeah, and he's just like trying to figure out what's real. Like that's what majority of the show is, like what is real and what is just him what he perceives as real or what he makes real kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So like it's more like psychological thriller type thing than other superhero movies. Like it's not a superhero movie. It's just like it's a thriller with superpowers. It's more like like
Okay.
Chronicle time. No, that's not bad. That's not a great example.
No, that movie was a little.
Yeah, but it's just like I don't know. It's a good
show.
Good show, and it's like it's very like they do good with like colors and all that fun stuff, and like
bright colors.
No,
so
but like
pretty. All right, so if you got the good kind of drugs, watch this.
only the best.
Only the best kinds. Not the vibrant colors.
Yeah, like it kind of like I had a bit of a lull towards the end, but like I really enjoyed the series.
Oh,
or the
good.
season, like they just finished a couple weeks ago, so
Okay.
like it's the season's over now, and it's like they're setting up for a second season.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Or you read an article about it?
No, but like where they left off.
Oh, they left an opening for it.
Yeah, they left an opening for okay, this is going to be the arc of the second season kind of thing.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
there gives you a lot of potential right there.
yeah, and it's like they have some interesting mutations.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it because it's just like a couple of them are just like, oh, you didn't really know what their mutation was until it happens,
second.
and then you're like, what is happening? Like they do a lot of stuff where it's like there's one scene in particular, or one episode in particular, where it's like you don't know what's happening, and then they just like go back and tell you what like they
What
just
did
like
happen.
cycle back and like, oh, this is what happened, and this is how it changes everything and stuff like, or like changes what you thought happened and kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So like I really enjoyed it, and yeah.
I'll definitely check it out. Well, like they're really starting to come out with a lot of new TV shows. Like Inhumans is supposed to be another one.
Yeah.
That's another comic series. I don't know much about it, and I know you don't either.
Yeah.
So that seems like it might be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking for a sec, like when we were talking about CW, I was thinking that Legion was on there, but it was on FX, so that's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All the different fucking TV channels nowadays.
Yeah. There's some.
Parents grew up. We had 3 channels, and 2 of them were fucking nothing.
Yeah. It's CTV and Global and CBC.
Yeah. CBC. Oh god. Childhood times, man. Childhood times. Those shitty channels we had.
Yeah.
God.
Then I also saw the sneak peek for like the Marvel Heroes Omega or whatever the hell, like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance new game.
Oh, okay. Like, has there been more than that one sneak peek trailer that they had, or like I saw like one where it just showed like it was just like you heard stuff and then it like showed Marvel.
No, like it came out like this, like within the last week I think, where it was
Okay, well,
it's
definitely
pretty
gotta
much
watch that
it
after.
looks like it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and it has like the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's like it looks like it's more like, oh, these are the characters that we've brought you to know, where it's like
less of just here's people that are there.
yeah, like obviously it's like if it wasn't for Guardians of the Galaxy movies, Peter Quill was the main character in the trailer,
Oh, okay.
and then it was like, okay, it's because, but like it looks neat. We enjoyed the games.
Oh yeah,
It's like they're fun,
Marvel
like-
Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. I do. I love number 2. I like the team moves. Like I like how you can use Iron Man to make Wolverine shoot laser beams everywhere around you.
Who knows what they do in, what was it, 10 years ago when that one came out?
Oh, at least they just brought it back on the Xbox One. Like they
Yeah.
brought the backwards compatibility and everything.
Yeah, like
to
that.
it.
That was probably 10 years ago or something. So
Yeah, well, they did that with the Batman games too. Apparently, there's rumors there might be another Arkham one coming out.
well, like Arkham Knight came out like 3 years ago.
No, I know, but like a lot of people thought Arkham Knight would be the end because like they wanted to do an Arkham trilogy, whereas Arkham Origins, Arkham something, and then it was Arkham Knight.
No, it was Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight.
Was it? There was Arkham Origins.
Arkham Origins was kind of its own thing, I think.
It was a prequel. I know that.
I played Asylum. I didn't play Origins. I only played a bit of Knight, but I played City and Asylum.
Yeah. Well, I'm 3/4 of the way through Asylum again.
I pretty much perfected Asylum. I remember I couldn't find like one set of chattering teeth, and it pissed me off.
It's so bad.
Because it's like,
fucking Riddler. Damn it, Riddler. Where is the teeth?
yeah, but like,
Where are the drugs?
yeah, where are the drugs going? But yeah, that was it. I think there was 2 sets of teeth, and I would just like circle those buildings like all the time, and I'm like, where the hell are the teeth? And it was just like I just needed that to perfect the game, and I'm like, I just want to finish it. If I was nowhere close, I would have just left it alone. But it was like
Right there.
right there. I'm like, I could literally, if I knew what I was doing, I could just do it, or like do it in a minute. And it was like, I don't know like what year that would have been, but like that would have been like
That was a couple years
early
ago.
days and like walkthroughs and stuff like that. So if
Yeah.
I could have just been like today, I could finish it in a second, or I could just be like, Arkham Asylum, Chattering Teeth, and then it would just do a walkthrough of where all 10 are in each, or like in each building.
yeah.
So it'd be like, okay, it's this building, so I just need to. Yeah, but I was just getting pissed off. I was like, why can't I figure out where they are? Yeah.
All right. Well, that will conclude the first episode here. We'll have to do some editing and whatnot. So if you enjoyed, stick around. We'll be doing this a bit more with Mac and myself, and hopefully others will join. We have other buddies with very different insight and outlooks on movies and video games and such. So stick around for more tomfoolery when we come back.
Yeah.